Alright, you guys, to be honest, I was thinking about not posting this video because the results are not what I thought it would be. What's up, you guys? Today is a very exciting day. I am going to be going in the Bod Pod, and now I haven't done this in years. The last time I done it was like the beginning of my last serious fitness journey a few years ago, and it was no bueno. I feel like I am leaner this time around, but my scale that I have is reading me at 23 point something percent. I don't think that's right. I think I'm actually higher, in the higher 20s range. Hopefully I'm not in the 30s, because last year I had, or a few years ago, actually had worse body composition. I look better now in the 150s than I did back when I first started cutting. So hopefully that's not the case. But underneath these clothes, I have my sports bra on and compression shorts. Now with the Bod Pod, you need to wear tight-fitted clothing. So not bicycle shorts, but some kind of a thin fabric. So yeah, I'm about to do that, and I haven't eaten or drank anything since noon, since the Bod Pod is at 2 o'clock p.m. and you're not allowed to eat or drink a few hours prior. So I am thirsty. I'm gonna get some chapsticks. I keep licking my lips because I'm thirsty. And yeah, I will maybe see you in the Bod Pod thing. I'm not sure if they're gonna let me bring you guys in, but before I do that, I want to read about the Bod Pod a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to read from a website with Bod Pod information. So this is the summary of what it is. So because the Bod Pod is highly accurate, it can detect even small changes in body fat and lean body mass, for example, muscle, bones, organs. Body composition is one of the best indicators of overall health. The feedback you receive from your Bod Pod test can be used to measure the success of your nutrition and or exercise program. Monitor for obesity, a risk factor for many diseases like stroke and diabetes, and it can help you lose or gain body fat safely, fine-tune your athletic performance, and more. Okay, so that's some of the information, and I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more information. So basically, it's answering some questions that are frequently asked. So how long will the assessment take? You'll be sitting in the Bod Pod cabin for about 3 minutes. However, at that time, the door will be open and closed between two 50-second trials. Total time, including goal setting and reviewing the results, is approximately 10 to 15 minutes. And basically, from my experience, yeah, you just get in, listen to their instructions. You usually put a cap on, like kind of like a swimming cap, and then yeah, you sit there and you listen to the instructions of whoever's assessing you. So how accurate is the Bod Pod? The Bod Pod, which uses air displacement technology, is considered to be the gold standard of body composition measurement. It is as accurate as hydrostatic or underwater weighing, but quicker and easier to perform. The range of error for this test is plus or minus 1 or 2.7%, so it's pretty accurate. And I already explained to you guys what I need to wear, and on this website it says it costs $45, and for a pack of 2, $80. But I think it depends on where you get it done, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like, even though I'm going to try to take you guys in, but I'm not sure if they'll let me. So that is what it looks like. Right there. And then they open that door and you're in there. So you guys may be wondering why I'm doing this. I'm just actually doing this because I'm very curious as to how much muscle I maintain during this cut, because during cuts, if you don't cut correctly, you can lose a lot of muscle mass, and what the goal is during the cutting phase is to maintain as much of the muscle mass as you can that you have and cut mainly just fat. So yeah, I'm curious as to how much muscle I'll either maintain or that hopefully maybe I'll gain. So yeah, I'm very curious, and I'm also curious as to how much percentage of body fat I can lose in the next 90 days. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm not really excited to know what my results are, since I am pretty pudgy right now, but it will be exciting once I drop all the weight and get as lean as I can in the next 90 days to show you guys what progress can be made in a matter of 3 months. And also another thing, before I leave the house, I wanted to say to you guys, if you guys are going to start cutting with me when I start cutting, which is 1 January during the new year, what I would highly recommend is on Monday, that morning, take some pictures. If you don't have a camera and a tripod, take some selfie pictures. Just make sure that you're consistently taking at least weekly to every 2 weeks taking pictures. So if you don't have a fancy camera or anything, that's okay. You could use your phone. Smartphones these days have as good of a lens and shoot very high quality. So just make sure you pick about the same lighting in front of the same area if you can of your house, and do relaxed poses. And then if you want, you can do flex poses. The reason why I say to do relaxed and then one that's purposely flexed is because if you're even slightly flexing while you take a picture, it may skew the results of what you think is going on with your body. So 1 week if you slightly flex and then the next week you're relaxed, you may see it as you gain fat when in fact you actually made progress. So that's why I say do one where you're just not even flexing anything, front, side, and then if you can do a back, you can do that back selfie. And then if you want to go above and beyond, do the flex. And the reason why is once you drop all that weight, it will make such a big difference. Because say you do a tricep flex, maybe that first picture you couldn't really see a tricep, but during the last picture you see huge progress made and you can see striations and all that. So that's why I recommend doing the flex pose as well. And you can also see your back progress and how much your back's coming out. Another thing you could do is, which I find interesting, is you could just basically do selfie mode, video mode on your smartphone if you have one. Do a video on your smartphone if you don't have a camera, and basically just talk to the camera, say like, this is day 1 of my journey, blah, blah, blah. And you will, if you're doing everything, if you're committed to the journey, you will see changes in your face. Because when I'm really lean, you can see like my cheekbones more when I smile, and you can see this come in. So yeah, you guys could do some video talking to yourself on a weekly basis or monthly basis and see your face transform. So I highly recommend tracking your progress not only through your body weight and the scale, but through pictures, because some weeks you may not feel good about the progress when the picture doesn't lie. So yeah, I highly recommend that, and you won't regret it, because every time I lost a lot of my transformation photos from my old iPhone, and I wish I had them. So you may not see it as something you want to look at now because these are your befores and your journey. But once you get through that journey, you're going to wish you had those pictures to look back on, whether you just want to share it with yourself or whether you want to share it with friends, family, or YouTube. So yeah, track your progress. Guys, we are at the Bod Pod area. That is the Bod Pod itself, and we're going to calibrate it first. I'm going to go in there, and then I'm going to come out, and then we're going to do the actual part of the measurement. So yeah.
Because it goes over muscle imbalances. Like if you have, you know, if you played sports or if you've had any injuries over the years. There you go. Starting the measurement.
Okay.
Calculate. It's kind of going
I'm
off
150
of that
point something.
tube a little bit.
I know, like 150. 150.
All right. So I'm going to be taking the cylinder out, and then you're going to be going in.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'll give you your weight too also before you go in. Okay. You go
Shuts
down
automatically?
Yeah, so your weight 150. Relax, breathe normal, and then just watch your hands here on the little seals. Try to stay as still as possible too.
Okay.
Okay? So you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. to have you come out for just a second here.
Is that the test?
Yep, and you're going to
Okay.
take one more measurement, so you can go ahead and go right back
go
in.
back in.
Yep. And just like you were, okay? Okay, here we go.
One eternity later.
You did an excellent job there for your first time.
Does it take time for it to calculate?
Actually, no, it's pretty automatic. It's
Okay.
going to give me all your stats real quick. All right. So I'm going to read these off to you, but I'm also going to print them. Your percentage of body fat, 33. Your fat-free mass, your lean muscle mass in percentage, 67. Your fat mass, if we were to weigh it in pounds, 49. And your fat-free mass in pounds, 100. So that's lean muscle, tissue, bones, and organs in that. Both those figures equaling up to your weight. Now, what's been your activity level lately? Have you been sedentary, low active, active, or very active?
Very active.
Okay, perfect. Very active. It's going to give you a calorie expenditure, so you'll know, you know, when you're very, you know, when you're sedentary, where to keep your calories, and then also when you're very, very active, where to keep your calories. And it will show you your resting metabolic rate too. So let's print it out, and you're in the system now.
I knew my body weight scale was wrong because it kept saying I was 23%. I was like, there's no way. I'm like either high 20s or early 30s.
Yeah, some scales are, you know, it's hard. Like, you know, the bioimpedance scale is like the end-all, be-all of scales.
Maybe I have it on male study. I don't know what's wrong with that scale, but it keeps telling me I'm lean every time I go on there.
Well, that's a good thing.
It only
Sometimes
measures
the
my weight
scale
right.
will drive you insane,
Yeah.
too. You know, okay, so that is for you.
Okay.
You can also see the category it places you in, but you can see some of the other categories too as well. And then your resting metabolic rate, that's calories that you would burn just existing if you weren't to do anything, you know. And then also, you know, calories to keep the ranges when you're active and then when you're sedentary.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So guys, I'm fatter than I thought I was. So we'll see where we get in the next 90 days for this 90-day challenge. Alright you guys, to be honest, I was thinking about not posting this video because the results are not what I thought it would be. Just because the last time that I was 33%, I actually looked fatter and bigger in general. My face was bigger. You couldn't see my tricep. You couldn't see my back muscles. You couldn't see my upper abs. So I'm very surprised that I am 33%. But on the same token, I'm kind of happy about the results because it will let me show you guys my progress during the next 90 days and it keeps me extra motivated. And I actually scheduled my next Bod Pod on 1 February so that I have something to look forward to, something to keep me motivated, and also what kind of makes me happy is the fact that I gained a lot of my muscle back that I had a few years ago. For those of you who do not know, I did suffer from malnutrition, hospitalized for 1 month. I was not moving my muscles atrophied, and I lost a lot of muscle mass. I went down 118 pounds, and I'm glad to know that I've gained all that muscle back that I had a few years ago. So yeah, so those are my results, and I will do a follow-up video 1 February showing you guys what progress I've made and everything. So it's going to keep me accountable. So that's going to conclude the video. If you like it, please like the video and subscribe if you have not, and follow my journey. Subscribe because I am doing a 90-day challenge where I cut for the next 90 days, and then you guys can also join me and have someone to kind of keep accountable with, and you guys can watch my episodes during your meal prepping or whenever you feel discouraged. You can watch my episodes to keep you motivated. So I'll see you guys on the next one.
You send chills down my spine, said I'm not worthy of your love. Well, this is definitely goodbye.